How does one become humble in their prayer? And by humility here, I mean how does one feel the presence of heart in their prayer? Because it's not only upon the tongue to move in your salat. Your heart must be the one that is moving, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks to our hearts. The heart is the place of life. It's the place of meaning. So what are the meanings in your heart? The meanings of salat are supposed to enter into your heart. And this does not happen simply through movement of the tongue and repetition and memorization. But the heart must understand what you're saying. Not just understand the words, understand the meaning. So you must take your heart and treat it like an infant. This is what we mean by spiritual exercise. You must take your heart and teach your heart as if it were a child. The same way you take your child, you say, my son, come, let me teach you how to talk. That is called a tree. This is called the sun. There, that's called the sky. So then you keep telling your child, sky, tree, sun. Soon, as your child grows, they begin to speak this without you telling them. They can do it themselves. They understand. It becomes second nature. Take your heart as a child, as an infant. You say, oh heart, today you are about to meet your Lord. I want you to understand, oh heart, what it means to say Subhana Rabbi al-Azimi wa bihamdih. Understand, oh heart, Allahu Akbar, God is great. Understand, oh heart, Alhamdulillah, praise and glory be to Allah. Heart, understand, this is called talqeen. You're giving the meanings to your heart again and again and again. Through repetition, through this presence of heart, one becomes humble. Then you move on to the second point to make yourself humble in your prayer, and that is to organize your imagination and bring it under control. The ta'irul khayal, the bird of imagination that's always flying from branch to branch, as soon as you step onto the prayer mat, thinks of business, thinks of food, thinks of all sorts, you must catch it. You must control it. You must observe your every thought and action. Here, now, the way you're treating your heart with talqeen is paired with your organization of your imagination. And you must also teach it not just words. You must also teach it the movements. When you go into sujood, you say, oh heart, remember and realize your reliance upon Allah. When you put your palms onto the ground, you are weak before your Lord. You are always relying upon Him. Organize your imagination in this state. Do not allow it to go far. Here you bring yourself to the point of catching that bird of imagination. And you've taught your heart now, just like a child, so it begins to speak on its own. It develops its own tongue. And you do this through azm, through determination and irada, willpower. When you come to your prayer, have determination and willpower. I'm not going to let my bird of imagination fly around today. If you're not coming to your prayer with determination, are you really praying? How much effort are you putting into your prayer? Come with determination. I'm going to try my absolute best now, not to let the bird fly freely. And finally, you must always be in the presence of Allah in your prayer. Know who you're speaking to. Try your best to remember who you are in front of at this moment, the Lord of the worlds. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, when he was praying, the color of his face would change. And they would ask him, how come the colors of your face change whenever you step onto the prayer mat? And he looked at them astonished and he would say, don't you know before who it is we are standing? To feel that presence makes you humble. If you apply these 3 techniques in your prayer, it will for sure transform your salat.